Yo, what's good, fam? It's your man Jay. I'm back with another episode of Evolutionary Comics. And I know, it's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you. Yeah, so I know it's been a minute since I dropped a video. I'm definitely working on a consistency thing. It is a continuous struggle, as you see. But today I think I got a pretty dope video. So I got a nice little stack of already in my collection books. So you know what that means. It's CGC submission time. Let's get it. Alright, so like I said, I got a nice little stack here, and basically the way my budget is set up and everything is I can send in about 20 to 25 books at a time to get submitted to CGC. I have some books that I want to get signed. There's some private signings coming up. I know I mentioned Mr. Rodney Barnes' signing is coming up, but there's a couple other ones that are coming up that I'm really interested in. If you go to the CGC website, which I'll put in the link below, you can go on there and you can see who else is coming in. I'm telling you, CGC has a full roster of people that are coming. MegaCon is also coming up. There's a couple artists there that I'm going to be interested in running into and getting them to sign some stuff as well. So without further ado, as it seems like a cliche statement in the comic book vlogging world, but without further ado, I'm gonna get into these books and I'm gonna show you what's a possibility. I haven't narrowed it down yet, but maybe you guys can help, because after I post this video, I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna actually grade each book and see you know, if there's anything that may drop off or may, you know, get added or something like that. So you guys hit me in the comments. If you like the video, like it, comment, subscribe, do all that jazz. But first up, I have, of course, my Rodney Barnes submission stuff, and these are books that I'm gonna give to him personally. And this first one is, of course, Nita Hall's Nightmare Blog, issue number 1. And this is actually the exclusive retailer appreciation variant that I'm gonna ask him to have this one signed. The only problem is I got a bad corner bang right there. I had these books stacked up, and you know, like, you got to be very careful. I've been trying to get organized with everything, but these books fell over and I got a bang right there. I don't know if pressing is going to get it out completely to get back up to a 9.8, but I'm going to attempt to do that so I can get a nice little yellow signature label and in a 9.8. But as you know, below a sub 9.8 is not the end of the world for me, so it is what it is. Alright, so next up, another book by Mr. Barnes, and this is Philadelphia number 1. This one I have actually pre-graded. I estimate that this one is going to come out at about a 9.4. This is also his first edition of Philadelphia. This is the A cover. I was going to do like a cosplay photo shoot with this one with my buddy, but we never got around to it. This one, I already have one. It's a 9.6. It was graded at a 9.6. I actually have like 3 of these, so I'm gonna get this one signed and yeah, get that one slabbed as well. Alright, so the third book is Falcon number 4, and this one is significant. This is also by Mr. Rodney Barnes. This one is significant because of something that he said in an interview. This one is going to be probably my favorite signing other than the Nita Hall's, because Nita Hall's is my favorite series, but this one is going to be more prolific. This is one that I absolutely could care less about the grade. It's going to be more about his signature and the significance of this particular book. This book is it's significant to him, but it's also significant to me because before I knew who Mr. Rodney Barnes was, this is one of the books that after I collected my full Black Panther run, that I went after the collection of this to get, you know, the full run of this. And I didn't understand like, you know, sometimes that books are slated for like a 12 issue or, you know, whatever, 5 issue series or whatever. But I thought it got canceled, or I don't know if it got canceled. But when it ended, I was super pissed. I was like, I'm not reading comic books anymore because there's no good black comics out, and other than Black Panther. So I was like, trying to get acclimated to the comic book collecting world again and finding books that I really was interested in. So this series, I absolutely loved it. I love this version of the Falcon. I love the one where, because you got Misty Knight guest stars. You also got a Blade guest starring in it. So it was hella dope. Really, really significant to me. So, and you see Nightmare. That's looks like it's Mephisto, but it's actually Nightmare in the back. Is it Nightmare? I can't even remember. That's a damn shame. I was thinking that it was Nightmare, but it might be Mephisto or I can't even think of the dude's name. Mephisto's son is in this one as well. So whoever that is back there, I can't remember, but the story was great. It's been a minute since I've read it, so forgive me for my lapse of remembrance, I guess. All right, so next up, I got Devil's Reign #1, and this is shout out to my homie Tony. He's in my my class at work, and he, I'm not even gonna show the cover yet because he knows what I'm about to show him. This cover is absolutely dope. I love the red. I love the contrast with the yellow popping through. One of my favorite cover artists, and this is the Scotty Young variant of that particular series. This is super dope. And it's kind of simplistic, but I like those things. I like the childish nature of it. That's one of the things that attracts me to Scotty Young's artwork. So this one, I might get this one for Tony. Nah, I'm gonna keep this one for myself. This is the only one I got. But shout out to my class, my instructor Paul, Master Chief Paul, everybody else in the class, Brian, Nick, Nate, Ray, Tony, of course, and it's me. So that's gonna be something for a later video of who we actually are. I've already dubbed us as G3, so they know what that means, and I might be able to share that with you guys in the later video. All right, so moving right along, I got Ghost Rider 28. This is Rise of the Midnight Suns. There's been a lot of talk about the Midnight Suns. I don't know if there was an official announcement that they are going to be doing that series, but this is a very nice copy of this one. I pulled it out of the poly bag once I learned how the damage that poly bags can do to your books. So if you get a book that's in a poly bag, don't think that, it's preserving it because it's in the poly bag. Take it out of the poly bag, bag and board it properly, and that's going to preserve, you from getting those bag creases or anything like that on your books. This one, right now, I have graded it out at a 9.6. I was very harsh as far as my grading, so I'm hoping that it comes at a 9.8, but 9.6 is what I'm expecting from this one. So that's in there. Next up, the Ultimates. I've been looking for more hip-hop covers. I got my Riri Williams hip-hop cover from the Missy Elliott album, and there's a lot of other ones out there that I'm looking for. I missed out when I was in New Orleans. I went to Crescent City Comics, and they had a Nas cover of Miles. I saw that cover. I didn't really know who Miles, this was years ago, but I didn't know who Miles was at the time, and I didn't grab that cover. It still haunts me to today, but at this time I'm just trying to accumulate as many hip-hop covers as I can, because hip-hop was very instrumental in who I am as a person and how I was raised. And these covers, comics and hip-hop, go hand in hand in my viewpoint. Hopefully one day, I don't know if you guys know, but Method Man is a huge comic book fan. He collects. I think he has a podcast still. I would love for him to be on my YouTube channel, for me to interview him one day once I get bigger, and I would love to be on his podcast too, so we can chop it up as far as comics, because I got 1,000 questions for the brother. But nevertheless, yeah. So anyway, this is from the Fugees cover, and this is Ultimates #1 with Black Parent. This is Ultimates #1 with Black Panther, Carol Danvers, and America Chavez on the cover. And I know you guys remember that Fugees cover with Lauryn Hill and the gang. This is absolutely dope. It's looking pretty good. I haven't pre-graded this one yet. The actually bag makes it look a little bit worse. but the actual cover has been preserved. Honestly, with these with the hip hop covers, and with these hip hop covers, I'm not sure, they're mostly black, and I'm not sure, what kind of ink they use, but they're preserving themselves very well, in contrast to some of the other comic books, because everybody knows that, black is a very hard color to receive a high grade in. So and they all the ones that I have, just glancing at them, they've done pretty well. Keeping in that same lane, next up I have Nighthawk #1. This is by David F. Walker, and I got actually two of these. I gotta give a shout out to my man D Flood in Blurred Core, a Facebook comic book group. He's I guess the creator and the top moderator in the group, but he's the one that put me on to this Nighthawk. I absolutely love this character. I love this series, and I think that there's nothing more befitting to who he is as a character and how slept on he is as far as like in the mainstream comics. He is one of the dopest characters, and yeah. But this is his hip hop cover, and yeah, appreciated D Flood for putting me on to this, and yeah, hopefully I'm gonna get this one slabbed. I might just get both of these slabbed because I also have the regular cover A, that's just in a raw book. These are both looking pretty good as far as like pre-grading in my eyes. I haven't given it a grade yet. I'm gonna go back over and do some scrutinizing, and I'm gonna just go back over and I'm gonna look for the typical things that happen with comics as far as like defects and anything like that. Going back to the Midnight Suns, and this is Morbius #1. I purchased this one a while ago before the movie came out. I have to actually go back in and take this one out of the poly bag for the reasons I described earlier. But it looked like it was a pretty good cover. I do think I slid it out. I slid it back in, but anyway. So yeah, this is a really nice cover, but I don't know if it's gonna hold any value. So I don't know if this one is gonna make the cut of my top 25 today, because Morbius, I heard the movie actually absolutely sucked. But I don't know. I haven't seen it myself, so I'm gonna reserve judgment on that. I don't know if people are watching Moon Knight and they're so crunk about how dope Moon Knight is that when it comes back to Morbius, they're like, we don't really care. But we'll see. All right. So next up, I have my first DC book, and this is DC Comics Earth 2 #25. This is the first cover appearance of Val Zod. I think this is the second appearance of him completely, but this is an absolutely dope cover. I love this cover, and I heard Michael B. Jordan is actually making a movie of it, so that's why that one is up there. Hope to get a high grade in this one. If not, it's all good. I'm gonna get this one slabbed because I like that cover. All right, next I have Venom #3 from Marvel Comics, and I'm getting this one simply because this is something that needs to be slabbed. It's the first appearance of Null, and right now, the person that sold it to me, I bought it for $15 because I was silly enough to pass on it when I saw it on the shelf. I wasn't into Venom like that, but I didn't understand how prolific this run would be with Donny Cates. And this one, the guy that sold it to me estimated the grade about a 9.4. I'll do my own, pre-grading to figure it out to see what it is. But yeah, first appearance of Null, Venom #3. All right, so yeah, so next up I have Black Panther #1. You guys don't even, there's no explanation needed for this one. It does have a little ink transfer up in the title, but I think that's kind of common, so I don't think that's going to knock it down too far. I think before pressing, this is about a 9.4. I think I can get this one pressed out to maybe get a 9.6 on this one. Yeah, but it's looking pretty good. But that's Black Panther #1. Yeah. And because I pulled that one, I had to also get this one. This is the Alex Ross cover of Avengers 37 with Black Panther T'Challa on the cover. Gotta get these. I got a couple of these Alex Ross covers that came out when he was doing like the portrait series or whatever. But this is definitely going to be the first one up from that series that I want to get slabbed. And right now I'm looking at this one to be about a 9.4, maybe a little bit higher with pressing, but it'll probably stay out at a 9.4. All right, next up I have Spider-Verse #1. This is the Walmart variant, and I want to get this one because this one is not something that's just generally floating around anymore. And I think this is a really dope cover. I know #6 is probably a little bit more valuable. I have that one. It's not in this stack, but I got 2 of these, so I want to get one of these actually graded. And yeah, it looks like this one is going to be about a 9.6 with pressing. All right, so keeping on, I got Ironheart #1, Riri Williams' first solo run, and this is the Luciano Vecchio cover. This is one of the dopest covers that I have from this series. I love this particular cover. You know, somebody busting at her, and you know this bullet's just bouncing off. But this one is a solid 9.8. You know, for my pre-grading, you know, and yeah, for my little so-called expertise, what I'm learning. So that's dope. Next up is, I think this is my Spider-Verse is kind of Miles, but this is going to be my first Miles Morales solo series. And this is book 18. It doesn't have number 18. It doesn't really have any significance other than how dope this cover is. Like I was saying before, black covers are really difficult to get a high grade in because they show everything. They show any kind of defects, you know, any creases, any finger bends, any stress lines along the spine of the book. But this one has none of that. It is absolutely beautiful. So yeah, I think this one is going to be definitely a solid 9.8 for this one. Right now I have it pre-graded at a 9.6, but you know, I'm hoping for that 9.8. Not 9.6 is cool because it's just a beautiful cover. It's more about the art, and I forgot who did the cover, so I'll find that out by the time I post this video. It'll be up under here somewhere. Anyway, knowing the artist is important because sometimes you have favorites, but I definitely want to know who the artist is on that one because that concept is dope. All right, so next is from Fantastic Four #1, the antithesis. This is Silver Surfer on the cover. This is another Alex Ross cover. It is absolutely dope. I haven't pre-graded this one, but it's pretty dope, and I like those Alex Ross covers, so that's something that's going to be a candidate as well. All right, and I also have Spawn 311 with the tribute for Chadwick Boseman on the cover, and I have like 3 of these, and I also have like about 3 of the black and white covers as well, like this. And I want to get at least one of them slabbed. I'm probably gonna do like a giveaway eventually, so I may get others slabbed in the future. But yeah, I think it's a dope cover. I'm gonna give it some time, you know, and then maybe add this to a giveaway when I get ready to do it. All right, so next up is hey Tony. All right, so this one is another Scotty Young cover. This is my speculation cover because this particular book, if you can go back and check out one of my previous videos, I talk about this book extensively as far as the cover goes, and this looks to be Riri Williams to me, and it is significant that, you know, with the jacket, the little black girl, the whole nine, with, you know, Superior Iron Man. And the only thing is this book came out in, I think, 2015. Her first appearance wasn't until 2016, I believe, 2017, something like that. But either way, I don't have any confirmation from anybody who knows what Scotty Young's intent was. So until I get to meet him, I'm going to continue to say that's Riri until he tells me differently. And even if he tells me differently, I'm going to think that, you know, he's just not admitting it for whatever reason. But yeah, I think that's Riri Williams. It's my, you know, my own speculation thing. So if this ever blows up, great. If not, it's cool because it means something to me. And yeah, I'm a big Riri Williams fan. So I actually got 2 of these covers. I had 3. The seller balked on the 3rd one, so it's all good. But this one is the one that's in better condition. This one is a definite 9.8. I think the other one I had it pre-graded at a 9.4. I was very strict on my grading with that one. All right, so another artist that has become, you know, one of my favorite artists, or another artist that I really enjoy his work, is Derek Chu, and this is my Miles Morales 35. This is another somewhat of a hip hop cover, but it is not the hip hop tribute cover. But love this particular cover. I saw this and I was like, damn, I gotta get that one. I missed out on getting the other one where Miles has the box up by his ear like LL Cool J, but definitely wanted to get this one. This one I'm pretty much pre-grading it at a 9.4, but the variant, not the variant, the Virgin cover, this one is a 9.8 solid. This is a solid 9.8. This is a perfect book. The only thing it has is a little bit of on the spine. There's a little bit of color rub, not color rub, but you know how like you get a little whiteness, you know, on the spine of a book, but it's very, very discreet. Can't really see it, but you know, with my grader's eye, that's what I see. So I don't know. I'm hoping that it comes out at a 9.8. If not, that's cool too, because this is strictly a cover art love by, and you know, my love for Miles. I love the fact that, you know, with the shoes too, how you see the eyes on it. This is hella dope. This is definitely gonna go with posing my hot toy of Miles. So check that video out. I made the video. I never posted it, but I'm gonna post it because I want you guys to check that out as well. When I bought the hot toy, I actually purchased this like last year for my birthday, and I didn't pick this one up, pick it up until like maybe a month ago. I am waiting for another one to drop. I think it drops maybe later this year, but it's more akin to with the hoodie and everything like that. So anyway, all right, so next up is Black Panther number 3, and this is the first appearance of Tosin Oduye. And I got all the covers, including the 1 in 25. The 1 in 25, I did sell that one. I bought it for $100, sold it for $5, and I'm still happy with that decision. Even though I did see somebody who got it slabbed, and you know, it was like it went for like $1,400. But nevertheless, you know, I didn't do any of that or anything. I just sold it raw to get more books, to get more stuff. But this one, I have all the other covers for this one, and I think the reason the 1 in 25 by Torrin Clark was going so crazy is because people saw that it was T'Challa, Storm, and this guy right here in the corner. I don't know if you guys can see, but that's Gentle. That's another X-Men. He's from Wakanda. And I don't know if people were thinking that that was actually Tosin, but it's not Tosin. So I don't know if that's why that cover went crazy. But all the other ones are hella dope. This is probably my favorite one, my favorite cover out of all of them. So this is the one I'm going to get slabbed. It is in excellent condition. So yeah, keeping with that, this is the second printing of that same book, the second printing, and it actually has the first cover appearance of Tosin Oduye. And that's him on the cover. I actually bought like 4 of these, so I'm gonna get at least 2 of them slabbed, and you know, whichever one's in the best condition. So yeah, what you guys think about that? Hit me in the comments, yo. Talk to me. Give me some life, man. Talk to me. Make these a little bit more interesting. I'm eventually gonna do a live one day so I can like directly interact with people, and you know, I can get some feedback, you know, whatever. My subscriber count is super low. I haven't hit that point where, that turning point where I explode. Hopefully that'll happen one day. Don't really know what it takes because I'm really new at this. Even though I've been doing it for a year, that's still a neophyte as far as being a YouTuber. But I'll eventually get it. I know consistency is a big key. I know another key is producing content that is beneficial to your viewers. And I'm hoping that by me showing these covers that it is beneficial. Like you're saying, oh damn, I like that cover. I hope I'm gonna go grab that cover or something like that. I'm not really big into the spec as far as, you know, the value of stuff, because that the comic book that I previously mentioned, that's the only comic book I ever sold. I'm not really into selling my collection. I'm hoping that, you know, my grandkid, one of my nerdiest grandkids, ends up inheriting my collection, and you know, it cherishes and loves it the way I do. So anyway, that's my whole spiel on that. Next up, I have Black Panther number 1. This is volume 2, number 1. This is the Christopher Priest run. This is absolutely my favorite run of Black Panther series. I do think that Christopher Priest was super prolific as far as creating other characters and also creating the persona of T'Challa. And others, even though he was created by Jack Kirby and Stan Lee, I think that the person that T'Challa, the T'Challa that I fell in love with as far as his personality, that was created by Christopher Priest. This one, it may not get slabbed simply because this one, it is so prolific to me that I may keep this one out just so in the event that one day I meet Mr. Christopher Priest, this is definitely something that I would love to get signed by him. This one is, I looked at it briefly and it's probably like a 9.4, 9.294, somewhere in that range. But it is definitely going to be about Christopher Priest signing it if I ever get to meet him. So that's the only reason why this one won't get slabbed. And I'm not into slabbing the book and then getting it cracked out because that's a waste of time and money. So I'm happy where it is. I am going to rebag it into a nicer bag, but nevertheless. Alright, so next up is another DC book. This is Far Sector. This is the first appearance of Green Lantern, Sojourner Mullen, and yeah, so there's no need to really go into description about it. This is really dope. She's going to be on a Green Lantern show soon, and yeah, I want to get this one slabbed because, you know, it's prolific to me. I wasn't really into DC comics. This is another book that pulled me in, and I was loving it. This is probably like the first ongoing DC series other than Batman Detective that I was collecting, so definitely want to get that one. Alright, so this one, this book actually debuted at number 10, I think, on Comic Tom's, you know, best comic books to buy. What does it say? Top 10 trending comments. I've just been watching this one, so this one is on the list as well. This is at number 10, and this is The Secret Avengers number 19. This is the first appearance of Moon Knight in that Mr. Knight costume, the costume that just appeared on the show. So this is the first appearance of that. He doesn't really become Mr. Knight until later on, but yeah, so this is the first appearance. So I don't know, because you know the hoopla about that is like a flash in the pan, but I know a raw copy is going for about, I think, either 35 or 65. I can't remember what they said, but a CGC 9.8 is running for about $250. So I'm kind of thinking, you know, get it slabbed, but I'm not gonna sell it. So I don't know. I'm really undetermined about that one. So you guys hit me up in the comment. Let me know if what you think as far as a character already debuting in the MCU or on a Disney Plus channel, and then getting their book slabbed after one. Because like I say, it's not about the value of it. It's about you know how significant the book is. So let me know what you guys think. Alright, so next up is Captain Britain in MI13, and this is the first time that Blade is actually working with MI13, his first appearance with them. And a lot of people don't know that that Blade is actually I think he spent most of his formative years over in Europe or something like that. I forget what the story is about it, but somebody said that he was British, you know, African British guy, or I'm not sure what the story is. I'm not even going to run into that, but anyway, this is prolific as far as that, and this is also going to be tied into the whole Midnight Suns thing, his relationship with the Black Knight and Captain Britain himself. So I think they said that my man that plays Superman is probably going to be the Captain Britain guy. So I don't know, I don't know, but I just like this cover. I think it's dope. I think I love the prolificness of it. Blade is absolutely one of my favorite characters. So if it means something in that vein, yeah, we'll get that slab too, and have it up, put it in a trophy case, All right, next up this is Black Mask Studios, and I haven't even looked at. I have a couple of these covers, but I haven't looked at. This is the one that cost the most. I paid $22.99 for it, if you see right there. But this is Black by Black Mask, and I got the variant cover, the Game of Thrones cover, one of my favorite covers of all time. I got that one graded. It did come back at a 9.8, and I think it's time to get this one graded as well, because to me this is a Very, very significant book. I love this cover. I love the hoodie. Shout out to the Trayvon Martin family, because I think a lot of stuff was inspired by that tragedy, by that murder of the young brother here over here in Central Florida, where I'm from. So, and it's a very significant book. So I definitely want to get this one slabbed. And just glancing at it real quick, it does look like it is in beautiful condition. Like I say, I'm gonna go into it later and find out, how I would pre-grade, some of the ones that I did. I don't know. I put it in this extra little cover just for protection or whatever, but I'll probably put it back in that. Next up, this is the first appearance of the Iron Spider, the Amazing Spider-Man number 529. And it's funny because I used to see this on other YouTubers' channel in the background slabbed, and I was like, damn, that's dope. I want to know what's up with that. I thought Iron Spider was a whole different character or whatever, but I definitely love this uniform. This is probably my favorite Peter Parker version Spider-Man uniform. I love this. I'm definitely going to get a hot toy of this eventually, but this cover is hella dope to me. I love those colors, and yeah. Alright, so next up is the actual Ultimates number 1, cover A. And this is a significant book as well because it's the first team appearance of the Ultimates. And let's see, I graded it out like a 9.4, could be pressed up to a 9.6, 9.8. And this is the first appearance of Ayo, one of the Dora Milaje. So Ayo is actually the one that told Black Widow, move or I'll move you in Civil War. So she's one of my favorite characters in the MCU. Her strength and just, to me, I can't say her name, so I'm not gonna try, but she's super sexy. I love that strength in her. So yeah, I'm gonna get that one slabbed. You see, it got my man Blue Marvel on the cover, and got my man T'Challa, and I don't know what she was going by in this one. Spectrum, I can't remember. Carol Danvers and America Chavez. So this is gonna be one of the dopest series. I don't know if you guys have read that, but if you haven't, definitely read the Ultimates. It's a really, really dope series. And I'm trying to remember even why I even picked that up originally. But this cover is done by Delgado, by the way. So, as you know, T'Challa, Black Panther, is probably my 1A. I have A, B, and C as my top favorite characters, with Brother Voodoo, Blade, and T'Challa as far as that goes. Above that is Misty Knight is my favorite. But anyway, I want to have a lot of Black Panther covers slabbed in my collection. This one is purely a artistic cover by. I love this. I love the look. This is a Lee Inuk cover. He's actually doing a signing with CGC, a private signing with CGC. So I don't know if I'm going to get this one signed. This is one of those books that is so dope that you don't know if you want him to sign it because you want to keep it dope like that. The only way I would is if he can get it signed with somewhat of the purple in the background, how that looks. Something that's going to continue with the beauty of the book. You know what I'm saying? So this one, it was a 1 in 25, but yeah, I just know it's by Mr. Lee Inuk. So, and he will be at CGC doing a signing soon. Get your books in. So next is Static. And this is a dope cover. I estimated this one to be a 9.8 cover. This is a Copal cover. It's black and white with the Copal cover. So yeah, it's hella dope. This is the return of Static. So you guys know Static, the original series with Milestone Comics. This is when it came back. I got a bunch of these covers. I just went crazy because Dwayne McDuffie to me is like, if Stan Lee is the godfather of, comic books, period, of Marvel Comics or whatever, Dwayne McDuffie is right there with him because he is that prolific as far as his creation, his significance within comic books, especially for African Americans. And like I said before, I know people be looking at you crazy and sometimes, but I do think he is family on the maternal side, So anyway, I love his books, and I'm definitely gonna get this one slabbed. This one is definitely going in that top 25. Next up is Farmhand #1. This is written by Rob Gilroy, and it's funny. I just talked to him probably maybe 2 weeks ago. Not talked to him, but we messaged, sent comments back and forth, and I was saying that I can't wait for this to become a movie. And yeah, so he is basically, it's not gonna happen, you know, tomorrow or next week or something like that. But we hope that it eventually does get made into a movie, because this story is absolutely dope. Significantly, this actually is coming back out. I think issue 16 is going to be hitting the comic book shops on Wednesday, so stay tuned for that. If you didn't read it already, grab your trades or whatever. I started off reading the trade, but because I couldn't find the #1, as you see, I had to actually order #1 from mycomicshop.com, and it came back in perfect condition. There's a couple other #1s that I want, but that one is definitely something I want to get slabbed. It's just dope. The story is dope. Alright, so next up is my Clayton Crane submission for signing, and this is Spider-Man, and this is I think this is like just a new run of it. There's a multiple run, but this is one of my favorite covers. Look, they're so dope with all those spiders in the background. What you guys think? And I got this one from Scorpion Comics, but it is the Clayton Crane cover, and I want him to sign this one and get that beautiful signature label on it. So you guys tell me what you think. This is it's actually number 978 of 1,000, so there's only 1,000 of these that were printed in that particular cover. Alright, so next up is my Avengers, West Coast Avengers #94. This is the first appearance of Rhodey in the War Machine armor. So this one, I bought this one off eBay, I believe, and cover is pretty dope. It does need to be pressed to get the maximum grade that's possible, but yeah, it's a pretty dope cover, and I just had to have this one as well. And finally, my last book is, this is Avengers #2. This is the Mark Waid run, and the reason why the significance in this one is because this is like all the Kangs, Immortus, and everybody who's Kang, you know, whatever, this art is in this book. And I want to get this one slabbed definitely before the next movie comes out, where Kang is going to be in it. I think he's going to make his first movie MCU appearance in, what is it, Ant-Man, the next Ant-Man movie. But you can see him in the Loki series as well. But that's why I want to get this one slapped as well. It may not be as significant as some of the other books, so I don't know if it's going to make that top 25. But like I say, it's choices. So I don't know how many books I got here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and see value of importance. Then I'm going to go through and I'm going to grade them, see, you know, which one I'm going to get the best grades from. Then narrow that down to a top 25. Then take it over to CGC to get them slabbed. You know, wait however long it takes, and just be happy when I get them back. And then when I do, I'm going to do another video, and I'm going to share it with you guys so you guys can say, that's what the grades were. That's how good he is as far as being a amateur grader, so to speak. But yeah, that's what's up. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's kind of long. Like I say, the stack is what it is. Haven't made a video in a minute, so wanted to give you something, you know, that you guys can watch. So watch half of it, put it on pause, go watch something else, go do something else, feed your cat, you know, run your dog, do whatever you got to do, then come back and watch the other part. And both times that you check it out, leave comments. So leave a comment on the first part, leave a comment on the second part. Keep it real, keep evolving. This is your man Jay, Evolutionary Comics, and I'm out. Peace.